Look at this perfectly curated morning. The soft light, the fresh matcha, the luxury of nowhere to be. But if we look closely at the aesthetic of the stay-at-home girlfriend trend, we find a hidden fracture, a cost that most people don't calculate until it's far too late. It's easy to see why millions of views pour into these videos. Escaping the daily grind, prioritizing self-care, and letting someone else cover the bills sounds incredibly appealing when your alarm goes off on a Tuesday. But from a purely financial perspective, this arrangement isn't a gift. It functions as a high-interest loan against your future, and the interest rate is your long-term independence. Understanding the financial reality of your relationships is exactly what Hazel McBride addresses in her book, The $1 Million Decision. It provides the complete framework for love and money, detailing the protections couples usually don't learn about until it's too late. Strip away the romantic lighting, and the stay-at-home girlfriend role is highly specific. It is a full-time household management position with a salary of $0, zero benefits, no contract, and a boss who can fire you by breaking up with you over text. Entering this dynamic without understanding the underlying structure means entering a relationship with significantly less leverage than you might realize. If you saw this lifestyle listed as an actual job posting, you would likely never apply. The required hours are endless, and the base compensation is non-existent. In a traditional job, your compensation includes several layers the eyes don't see immediately: employer 401k matches, compounding annual raises, and Social Security credits determine your safety net at retirement. By not working, you miss all the money those initial checks would have grown into. This split-screen diagram highlights the legal reality. A marriage is an economic partnership recognized by law, complete with asset protection, shared property, and spousal support for a stay-at-home wife. A stay-at-home girlfriend stands over a complete legal void. If the relationship ends, you walk out with your suitcase and whatever sits in your personal checking account. You have absolutely no legal claim to the home you managed or the lifestyle you helped build. Bypassing the legal contract of marriage means you take on 100% of the domestic labor and career risk while receiving 0% of the structural protection. Think of a career as an escalator. Step off and you stop moving while peers glide upward. Returning later triggers the resume gap penalty. Industry tools change, contacts move on, and you re-enter at the bottom step, far below your previous trajectory. Beyond the resume, the dynamic inside the home shifts. When one partner controls the entire income, every single purchase, from a coffee to a plane ticket home, turns into a request for permission. This creates financial dependency. It is the highly restrictive state where you find yourself unable to speak up in an argument or leave a bad situation simply because you cannot afford to pay for your own life. Then the golden handcuffs click shut. Lifestyle inflation makes luxury dinners and nice apartments feel normal. The thought of returning to an entry-level salary and a tiny studio apartment becomes emotionally and practically impossible. The longer you rely on someone else's income, the higher that invisible exit fee becomes. Eventually, leaving just gets too expensive. Let's calculate the exact cost. Quitting a $55,000 job for 5 years costs over $250,000 in base salary. Add missed 401k matches, skipped raises, and decades of lost investment growth, and the true cost clears $500,000. And here is the irony of the entire movement. The influencers romanticizing this aesthetic on your feed are literally at work. They earn ad revenue and secure lucrative brand deals. They are building independent wealth by successfully monetizing the illusion of dependency. Some compare this arrangement to being a stay-at-home mom, but raising children is irreplaceable, economically measurable labor, and importantly, mothers usually operate with the legal protections of marriage. Many viewers are dismantling their own career trajectories to mimic a lifestyle that, for the woman on the screen, is actually a highly profitable business model. People often defend the arrangement by saying their partner would never leave, but betting your entire financial safety on one person remaining perfectly healthy, employed, and in love with you isn't a strategy, it's a prayer. If you are going to pursue the soft life anyway, you need to manage your risks like a chief financial officer. First, demand an actual monthly transfer into an account that is exclusively yours. Second, build a standalone runway fund covering 6 months of your own living expenses. Keep your name on the lease and the credit cards, and maintain some form of freelance or part-time work so your resume retains a pulse. Ask yourself honestly, if the relationship ended today, could you afford to pay for 1 month of your own life? Have you ever stayed quiet in an argument because you couldn't afford to push back? True luxury isn't about having someone else fund your life. It is retaining the permanent leverage to speak your mind, make your own choices, and walk away from any situation that no longer serves you. To protect your future and ensure you don't fall into the dependency trap, click the link in the description to get Hazel McBride's book, The $1 Million Decision.